All right, we are live. And just a second, we'll be getting started. Okay. Connected. We don't have to do it like this. You know what? No. Let me just
give you a copy back.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm going to talk to you about yours
It
now.
was okay.
Nice.
I only had 2 show, but that was okay because I was like,
I'll be happy to give
you're
one.
all my guinea pigs.
That's right. That's it. I'm having a hard time connecting to their Wi-Fi. All right, we'll be all set. So, got another microphone I need to plug in. Because one thing is, thank you for your patience, everybody. Are you there? Can you see me online? Okay. YouTube. Oh, YouTube. YouTube or Facebook. Okay. And where you at? You know what? What's up, Facebook? Okay. All right. We live and in effect. In one moment, and we'll start. One moment. My legs smell like velvet. It's ridiculous. I can't take it. I can't believe. And I don't got another bag for this. It's so bad. It's so bad. All right. I hate to have an echo. Rough start, rough start. Y'all understand? Understand. A little rough start. That's okay. First time for everything. It works out. Works out. All right, y'all. I'm so happy to be here. I really worked hard on this. I did work hard on this, y'all. So have your patience, please. Please bring your patience, family. Okay. Okay. And we'll go ahead and start with I haven't found a good flow, but we're here. This is the best that I can do. Do you know of anything else, Sydney? Can you direct me to anything else that might be better than this? Because this is the best I could do. Can you hit the light too, please?
Yeah, I think it's just the lighting.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
There we go. That's better.
All right. So, can you hear me okay on YouTube? Can I get a mic check on YouTube? Can you hear me okay? Okay. All right. We're just going to assume that it's so. All right. I'm coming to you live from YouTube and Facebook. Thank you for joining in. This is just a meetup sort of thing. We want to get that perception going, like trying to build a community. I think it will be beneficial to any investors that are might be interested in wholesaling or interested in buying, holding, or flipping a property. I think that it's really necessary, and not only me but other gurus believe that this is so highly favored. To build a community is so necessary. And look, if you're interested, definitely want to be local to get a community somewhere. So this is my version of starting this. This will be every week. We'll be coming in to Flippin DigiGen, investing with Flippin DigiGen. Thank you so much, Sydney. I got my agent. She's about to come on, but I just wanted to introduce myself a little bit. I'm not so well versed. However, I have been at this for maybe 4 months, and I've made two deals in that time. I have two also in the making, and it's a matter of getting your started, not necessarily your best foot. Okay, so we want to get started into something, one thing or the next, whatever, wherever you can build from. And in this PowerPoint and my slides, I'll show you exactly how you can get started with what it is that you have. And it definitely doesn't take much. But I'll give you some avenues and ways in which I started. And that's all it'll be, is just what I did in order to get started in investing in real estate. Okay. So moving on down. Let's see what we can do here. Oh, hang on. Sorry about that. Okay. And this discussion, we'll be talking about just a little bit more content here, just get the grasp of things. This is why invest in property, profiting from property investment roadmap, and the purpose of community, and what a team looks like. Okay, so we'll be touching in on all these subjects. This will definitely be just outlined in this. There's so much more to this. However, this is, mainly where it is. Yeah, we want to look at, and where I started again. Got to start there where I started, and yeah, we'll just flow like this naturally. So let's start on the first. Why invest in real estate? There is so much financial gain in real estate. Okay, it stands alone as the most secure avenue to invest into. Period. Okay, can everybody see that? Okay, looking good. All right. Um, yeah. So this is a the financial gain that you can get in. Hang on, because I forgot my slides. I mean, my note card. And then I call myself putting them in a secure place. Mm. My secure place was my purse. Okay, so here we are. Let's get some understanding on why invest. You gotta buy low and sell high. So that is like the law of wholesaling. Okay, if you this is the first avenue to go into, it is highly favored because it is so easy to get involved in. All you're doing with wholesaling is you're signing over a contract. You don't need much than a piece of paper. Okay, what to put on it, that's what I'll be sharing with you, my contract, what it is that I use to wholesale, and how I look for properties, how I find um, low price properties that need fixed up, properties that are ugly. Okay, so I wrote on one of my signs, "We buy ugly houses." And I'll be showing you one of my first banner signs that I put out. That's another way of getting properties. But let's focus on investment and why should we even bother with real estate? Okay. So we'll fix and flip. Fix and flipping is more so you'll get a property low and then you will flip it. So you'll fix it up, you'll pull it together, um, get all the fixings. So there's called a lipstick. You can do a lipstick renovation, so to speak. So that can be another avenue to go into with the fixing and flipping, or it can be a full demo. So you'll be knocking down walls. You'll be have to be familiar and have background in construction to do that. I don't as of yet. Like I said, it's just been a couple months. However, it's been lucrative just with the wholesaling portion of it and purchasing um, bonds on the stock market. So that's another avenue that I look into and that I do invest into. So that is one way to invest. The wholesaling, okay, that's even lighter than a lipstick renovation, and you'll be maybe changing the furniture, maybe selling a furnished property, uh, and with doing the light renovations, you'll be staying in that home as well with the wholesale as it's understood, and then you'll sell it, okay, and move on. So to the next property. I mentioned wholesaling quite a bit because that's how I got my leg up. That's how I got started, and that is what's most easiest to get into when you're selling a contract. The real estate investment trust is called a REIT. Okay, that's somebody else's project for a flip that you will be investing into and reaping the benefits once it sells. Okay, if you understand that, that's a very lucrative way to get involved and get started in that. We can, totally do it that way. Then there's the and that's really easy. You want hands off, and that's the reason why I started investing in real estate on the stock market. It is completely hands off, and a lot of people don't even know of it, but let you know that acronym is REIT. That's REIT, Real Estate Investment Trust. So there's that. There's the it's a tangible asset. Okay, so we can do so much with real estate, buying out the equity, refinancing, a property. You buy a property with high equity, and then you go ahead and sell it or refinance it. If you keep it, buy and hold it and use it. Up to 80% of equity you can pull out of a property. Um, here in Pennsylvania, and there's different laws in different states. So you want to follow the states, the laws of your state that you'll be investing in. That includes virtual wholesaling. So if you choose to do a market that is not near you across the country, then you want to learn the laws of that state that you are investing in. So that's very important. And when virtual wholesaling is introduced, it's not pronounced how the asset is the law of what state that the asset is located is the law of that asset. So you got to follow the state's laws. If you follow my, I hope I said that easy to understand. Cash flow. Cash flow savvy company is for long-term real estate. So these are virtual wholesaling company that will allow for you to wholesale virtually, and they will take care of the rest. So they link you up with a property manager. So any agents, that'll be associated with that property manager, that'll be all ready to go, all hands on deck, and it'll definitely flow naturally. I'm looking into that actively now. I've been calling agents in other states directly. I have not worked with a company, but it is a savvy way of dealing in real estate and investing in it. So, moving on, let's get to the next slide. That's the investing part. Investing what is comfortable is rarely profitable. So, we want to pronounce the importance of investing in real estate that is comfortable, that is not comfortable, like a fix and flip. We want to invest in the low price property, somebody that has motivation to sell, somebody that's older, maybe that can't do the steps anymore, or somebody that's disabled, maybe somebody that uh, just outgrown the house, maybe a young family, and hey, they have a set of twins or triplets. Two-bedroom house is no longer feasible, a two-bedroom house, so it can definitely really want to look for someone's motivation, and that will give you the a price point. Just knowing that wherever the home may be, everybody has a situation. There's divorces. There's a funeral. Those are probates. So if someone passes away, but that is like, yeah, that's highly favored, and that's exactly what you want to go off to as an investor, is somebody that's highly motivated to sell. That's when you'll get your best deal. Then there's you fixing it up. You want to do the work, and you want to be hands on. Don't be afraid to get your hands dirty. One of the reasons why I dressed down today and not, in a professional, crispy sort of like person that I wanted to put on today, I wanted to pronounce how important it is for you to do things as you are. You don't have to look the part necessarily until maybe, I don't know, you're going to a networking event, maybe where that there's going to be some, high investors, some private investors, some loan sharks, and people that the gator lenders, some whale lenders, that's, when you want to dress up. But in the everyday, this is something that anybody can do. You don't have to have business clothes to start it. You don't have to have, you don't even want to, you want to be in jeans most of the time. And that's exactly what I'm wearing today, just to show how essential it is for you to just get up and, do it, moving along. All right, let's get down to the next slide. Is why invest in property? Okay, so we did talk about the investing and it being lucrative. We talked about how essential it is for you to just, get started. Okay, we also talked about the different ways that in which that you can invest. That's really important. That there's so many avenues to get started. Um, there's really no reason why you wouldn't want to, with such a an asset that is always appreciating. That's a big deal, and who wouldn't want to invest in something as a such? Okay. Another reason for investing in property is the tax benefits. So just really quickly, let's go over that. There's the depreciations whenever you purchase a property, and you rent it out. So now it turns into a business. Now, this is, not only, buying a property for yourself or your family, you're also creating a situation, a livable circumstance, and for someone else, whether it be an apartment building or whatever, you are renting it out. So you're generating revenue. That means you're generating more jobs in the community. You're creating housing, what's desperately needed in communities all around the country. That is something that is appreciated, and the government does look out for you, in the returns that you'll get with the depreciations. Okay. You definitely want to, we will have a separate segment about that, because there's so much information involving the tax benefits in real estate, and the importance of not just flipping one property or investing in one avenue of real estate. You want to move around in different ways within real estate. That's very important there. Okay. Now, from there, how property yields profit. Okay, so you got your rental income. That is one avenue. Can definitely make some money, turn it into a business. With the rental income, there's also the Airbnbs. But that we'll go into that a little bit more later. But there's certainly the rental for the duplex. I want to say house hacking. That's it. Thank you. The house hacking is definitely an avenue that you can look into. That's the quickest way, the fastest way to get started in real estate with no money, not no money than what you will be spending. You know, uh, well, you will have to buy the duplex, okay, and then you'll live on one side and you'll rent out the other side. So you do need to have money or good credit so that you can get the loan. What I mean is say to get started with wholesaling, you don't need any money for that. But with wholesaling, it's not considered wholesaling once you start renting out the property that you wholesale. Now you're fixing and flipping, or you're wholetailing, or you're it's not wholesaling. Wholesaling is just the contract transfer, okay, as I understand it. So here we are. Then there's the future resale. So fix and flipping, a property appreciating. So what I'll do is I'll take the 3 months or however long it's going to take in order for you to get started, like start flipping to get it, usable and sellable. So you'll fix it up. It'll take 3 months, let's say, give or take. Well, in that time, property is shows throughout history. It does nothing but appreciates over time. So, depending on the market, now that the market is declining, that's where we are today. In July of 2022, it's becoming a buyer's market now, where sellers might not want to sell if you can wait. But like I said, there's motivation everywhere. Every day people are getting divorced. Every day, people are passing away. So there's tons of opportunity even still. But if you have the time to wait as a seller, I will just wait a minute. But when's the next time that the market's going to go up? It is declining right now. So if you didn't hop on the boat 3 months ago, you kind of miss your turn. However, going forward might be something that you might want to look into, might be something to if you can hold on to, maybe in a different season. Now we're turning into a buyer's market. So you want to look for houses now. If you're interested in this broadcast, then you'll be interested in looking into opportunities for you to become an investor, more so to speak. Okay, and be in that position. Then there's the wholesale, sell of a contract, sell the contract of a property. So I went over that, ample enough time. So I think that that's thorough enough, as far as what a wholesaling does and is. Okay, the passive income, the benefits of a property investment. Okay, so yeah, the ways of passive income, we'll get back to the investment ways in which you would like to invest. And that is the REITs. Okay, that's the getting on the stock market, buying into a trust, with other people's projects that are already coming to be established or established in itself. So you really, to get the passive income, passive is not active. Okay, it's passive. It's sleep money. Explain. That's what it is, and that's what it does. So you get money as you sleep. So ways in which to do that is the stock market, but it's just more than that, more than just the stock market. I think, well, that's the only thing that comes to mind as of now, as far as passive income with real estate. With renting a property is not considered passive. renting a property. It's you still have to do the work. You still have to call the plumber. You're still the landlord. It's not passive. That's very much active. Okay. But yeah, one avenue is the stock market. That's what comes to mind as of now. The potential growth, that you can accomplish, the benefits in investment right now, growing, and to not only as a wholesaler, you shouldn't stay there. If you are a wholesaler, you want to go into other avenues like fix and flipping, like Airbnb, like wholesaling. You want to keep going, because those depreciations that we mentioned, those are very beneficial to you, as it goes on and you continue growing. The stability. So the stability comes with the ever growing inflation that we're experiencing right now. You get stability with the ever growing appreciation in property, and then, appreciation is going to happen. Things are going to get more expensive as time goes on. But you get the same, even more so, maybe 5 times over the appreciation of a property in the same amount of time. So you'll be always being stable in a real estate climate. Okay. All right. On to the next slide is Sydney. Sydney Kennedy. Okay, because I called her Sydney. But this is my agent that we talked about. Collaborating. She's an aspiring real estate agent. Okay, she is. She's not complete in her finalizations of the test taking, but that is weeks away. She is. Hang on. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, she's taking her test this month. She's a graduate of Indiana University of Pennsylvania. She is a proud mom of 3. She is an entrepreneur. She's a serial entrepreneur. I like to classify her as, because she's got a lot of different avenues. I mean, and she's highly inspired with her talent, her angelic talent of design and fashion. And she's the owner and operator of I Hate Summy. So she is well known and renowned in the Pittsburgh area. She puts on events all the time. So if she does look familiar, then she should. She is well known throughout Pittsburgh. So no further ado. Welcome, Sydney Kennedy Jordan.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So I just want to tell my peer neighbor, thank you very much for this opportunity, for bringing me along with her on her journey of her wholesaling real estate. And today, she gave a brief introduction, and I just want to give y'all a brief introduction of what I'm going to talk about. So today, I'm just going to give you just a little discussion of what real estate agents do, what wholesalers do, how we also collab as one to help one another out, and just a brief discussion of, if anybody does have questions, you can write them in the comments below. I will definitely feel free to answer. So one thing that I do have to say so this is real estate agents versus wholesalers versus real estate agents, however you want to say it. But so with real estate agents, so with the real estate agent, that you have to, 1 second, hold on. Bounce back and forth. So with the real estate agent, that you have to be at least 18 years old to get your license. So you have to successfully complete 75 hours of approved real estate education, which you can do so through like a third party. You could also do it through like a real estate company. You could go through CCAC. Like me, I went through I did my class at CCAC. I also did the tuition reimbursement where I was working for UPMC. And as I was working for UPMC, I took the class at CCAC, which it was $300. So they paid that. I did the credits. They gave me like a certificate of saying that I completed my credits. So now I've been studying to take the license, and I failed it twice, but I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep faith, keep taking it, and I'm going to pass that test. And I'm going to be that agent to help Miss Ashley ask you out on these wholesale deals. Also, you have to make sure you have to complete a background check as well when you are a real estate license. You have to successfully pass your test and be sponsored by an actively licensed real estate broker. So with the real estate license, when you do get your real estate license, you have to use your license within the state that you are in. So you cannot, like, I can't have my license in Pittsburgh and then try to do real estate deals in like New Orleans. I wouldn't be able to do that. Also, would also have to work under a broker, meaning I would be the licensed agent, but I also have to work under a broker, meaning they are the ones also getting a commission. I'm getting a commission, things like that. Also, I'm also working, either I can work with a listing agent as well, or I can cut the listing agent out. Because if I work with the listing agent, I have to give the listing agent 3%. I get 3% as well. And then the broker who I'm also working for, they get about the 80% of the money as well. So another thing with being a real estate agent, I am the person who I can find the sellers and I also can find the buyers, meaning that we can work together for life. Meaning I always will have some type of, I will always have some type of active people looking to buy a home, meaning they'll always come to me no matter what. Another thing with being a real estate agent, I have access to the multi-listing service, meaning I'm able to see firsthand of the properties that are also available on off-market and on-market deals. Another thing, once I'm actively into my license a couple years, I also can become a member of the National Association of Realtors. Another thing is with real estate agents, we only get a 3% commission. That's the only thing. Sometimes it can be negotiable. It all depends on what you and the seller negotiates with, because remember, the seller is the one who pays the commission to the buyer, the seller, the agent. The seller is the one who gives out the commissions. Another thing with real estate agents is it's a constant cash flow, that there's always opportunities in business. There's always an opportunity for real estate agents to gain more clients. We could gain more wholesalers. We could work with other agents, gain more deals. So it's all it's all like I'm trying to say it. It's a boundary. It's a level. You gotta climb up the ladder. You also got to build your clientele when you're a real estate agent, meaning I have to go out, I have to make ads, I got to connect with agent sites, I got to do referrals. Another thing, a good thing that real estate agents are able to get, we're able to get the disclosure list from the seller, meaning if there's anything wrong with the property, the house, the land, anything, we're able to get that information and pass it on to the wholesalers. We're also able to get the CMA list, which is the comparative market analysis, meaning we're able to pass that along to show you the different houses, or like compare houses within the same neighborhood, so you know if your price is too high or too low. Another thing with real estate agents is that we have to pay fees. We have to pay big fees. We have to pay fees just to be an agent. We have to pay fees to market ourselves. We have to pay fees to the broker who we work for. So we're always just dishing out money. And it's like, we only get that. So say maybe we only make like two deals within a year. Like with a wholesale, you can make as many deals as you would like. So now next, I'm going to go into the difference of what wholesalers, where they gain within a real estate. Sorry. So yeah, now I'm going to go into how wholesalers gain access and just making money off of real estate. So with wholesalers are individuals who are motivated sellers. So their properties, they gain access to properties that are vacant, dilapidated, and sellers with no money. They're able to get those properties for the low, because a lot of real estate agents don't want to work with properties that are lapidated, where there's a lot of issues within the property. Real estate agents don't really want to work with those type of properties because they don't really want to, fix them up. They don't want to have to explain to the buyers and everything, and sometimes it steers buyers away. Another thing with wholesalers, they are under contract, so they could be under contract from 7 to 30 days. They also have cash buyers, back-end buyers, rehabbers, or investors who they can tag along with them as well to help them get that deal. Another good thing with wholesalers is that you do not need to have a license. That's one thing that you do not need. You do not need to have a license. You do not need to have no credit, and you do not need to have any money. And another thing with wholesalers, they typically have no fees or low fees. Most of their fees are coming from standard fees for just running their business, marketing their sale, putting out signs, business cards, t-shirts, things like that, just so people can know that they are wholesalers. So investors, so they can get investors on to help them out. Wholesalers, they buy, like I said, they buy houses under any condition. And another thing with wholesalers, they are able to scale their business through all 50 states. They are not required to have a license. So they're able to wholesalers can go anywhere they want. They go to Florida, they could go to Mississippi, they could go to Chicago, they can go anywhere they would like because they don't have to have a license. More so like a real estate agent, I have to have a license, but I would have to have a license in all 50 states. And yeah, who wants to keep taking the test in all 50 states? You know what I'm trying to say? Another thing with wholesalers, they're the middleman between the seller and the investor. So they're the middleman of getting the contract together, getting the seller together, the investor together, and putting everything into contracts so they can sign the contract off, sell the contract. That's how they make their commission off of that. Another thing with wholesalers, there's no limit to how much money that you can make being a wholesaler. You can have a higher commission, lower commission. It's not like a standard commission like with real estate agents. It's only a 3%. So now that I gave you a brief description of what wholesalers do, what agents do, I'm going to tell you more about how wholesalers and real estate agents collaborate together to make deals. So real estate agents has buyers, which are investors, and wholesaler has sellers. So that's a good thing because the real estate agents are getting the buyers together. We're out there getting all the buyers. People's calling us, sellers. A lot of wholesalers, they get the sellers together, meaning they're hitting up people to sell this house. So agents bring deals to wholesalers for sellers who have cash offers. Agent lists the properties, sell the property, gives a negotiable percentage to the wholesaler. Another thing is that there's always a constant cash flow. It's always having a bond with that. You got to have a bond with your wholesaler, meaning building long-term relationships. So you would definitely want to go into business, like as an agent, I would want to go into business with a wholesaler that I trust. You want to trust these people that you are going into business with because you don't want to get burnt. Nobody wants to get burnt. Nobody want to feel like they're getting played. Everybody want their money. Everybody want their commission. Another thing with us collabing as well together is that we're able to once we collab together, we're able to lower the fees. Meaning once we collab together, we don't the wholesalers don't have to go out and pay for all these listings and things that they need. So since I'm the agent and I'm dealing with the wholesaler, all I need to do is bring the multi-list to them because I have the on market and off market deals. So I can bring both to you, which the wholesaler only has the off market deals. So that's another good thing of just being able to collab together is one. We're definitely trying to work. So we're trying to work smarter. We're not trying to work harder out here. And another thing, just for a discussion. So my discussion was who makes more money? Some people may think that real estate agents make more money because we're the agents. They're thinking, oh, we're getting all these deals every day, and that's not really the case, because wholesalers, you can make a deal every day. Imagine if you make a deal every day as being a wholesaler, you can make however much you want, 10,000, 20,000. Excuse me. You can make 10,000, 20,000. As with me, I'm an agent. Like being an agent, I will only get 3% commission, because I will have to give the other 3% commission to the listing agent, and then the broker gets the rest of the bulk of the money. So I just want to tell everyone that everything is negotiable. That's all I gotta say, is that everything is negotiable. No matter what you're doing, no matter what deal you're going into, and no matter if it's a buyer, you're a seller, you're an investor, you're a wholesaler. I just want everyone to know that everything is negotiable. And thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate coming here to speak today. And I just would like to learn more and keep learning more. Just being an agent, dealing with a wholesaler, collabing, having fun, and having fun through it all. Have a good day.
Awesome. Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. So yeah, that's very enlightening. Very enlightening. We're definitely interested in and have a few questions. I know this live broadcast is going to be it's recorded, and it's going to be able to be replayed. Okay, so I'm just going to ask some questions that I believe that or questions that I had in the beginning, even if no questions come up. So one of the questions that I do have for Sydney is like, what there is like a fear with wholesalers approaching agents. So like, what is it? How could we like assert ourselves to sound, I don't know, more professional, or maybe more fluent, so new wholesalers can approach call an agent in confidence off of Zillow or Redfin or Realtor. That site, that's a Zillow and Realtor, like neck and neck. So that's a property. They both have off MLS listings, off market listings, or for sale by owner. That's one avenue that a lot of wholesalers I know are taught. But what can we say to agents on properties that are like investor specials? That's how it'll be worded, or handyman specials, or something like of that sort. How would we just be taken more seriously?
Okay, so I feel like when you are reaching out to an agent, like I said, you have to be confident, because once you're calling an agent's office, you don't want to be not knowing what you're really talking about. So agents really want you to know, like, okay, so did they do their research on the house? Do they know, like, okay, say if you might market the house a different price than the agent might market the house. So always sometimes go a little bit lower, no matter what. Always ask for a disclosure. The agent don't mind sending that out to you. Also, the CMA, the agent don't mind sending it out to you as well, and the listing, right? So those are the three things that really get your feet in the door. You just gotta know what you're talking about. You just gotta ask the specific questions, okay? Of like, so do you know how long this property been on the market? You might know that already because you probably did a little due diligence of your own research. Another thing is that wholesalers, they're just a little timid. I just feel like you just got to be a little confident. I'm trying to think, there was something else there's one more thing that you do have to ask, and I cannot remember right now.
The outer bounds of a property.
Okay, yes, that too. And also, if there's like
a disclosure.
Yeah, the disclosure. I said disclosure.
Okay.
Like say about sometimes you might want to know if there's lab problems, termites, things like that, because all that will be in the disclosure of like anything that's going on within the house, inspections. But you can ask about the inspections, everything like that.
Okay.
Pretty much basics. Yeah, it's the basics. You might think of it more into depth where it's not that into depth.
Mhm.
It's just the little things, the little knickknacks that somebody else won't ask that you need to ask. That's all.
Mhm.
But definitely the disclosure statement and the CMA is the number 2 thing that you should ask.
Okay. And then what's the CMA again?
The
What is that? The comparative marketing
analysis.
analysis.
Comparative market analysis is the comparative market analysis is it's basically it's a long sheet of paper of all the houses within your area. So say if you live, no matter where you live, the house next door to you, it'll give you everything about that house of the market price that they want on that house. The house next door to the other house next to the other side of you might be a little cheaper, but the house across the street might be priced way higher. But then you also got to think about it. The bedrooms, how many bedrooms is it? What features do it have? Do it have a deck? Do it not have a deck? Do it have like the yard? What if is the yard fenced in? Do it have a basement? How many bathrooms is in the house?
Right.
So you got to think about those type of things when you are comparing each property.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that helps with the appraisers. The appraisers
Yes.
will, and we'll discuss that a little bit of how it is that you want to comp, and that's what we call it in the wholesale, and that's how I learned it. I didn't even know what comp meant, but it is that comparative marketing analysis. But you'll hear comp more frequently. 3 bedroom, 2 bath, the outer bounds of the property, whatever streets are considered out of bounds.
Another thing you got to look for within a neighborhood as well is like, say if I live on like a dead end street, or it's like, say if I live by a library, say if I live by a store, like a gas station store. So you got to think about all the things that is also surrounded by the house that is going to up the price.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And front facing road properties, those are really huge, as far as what our buyers, the end buyer, for a wholesaler will be looking for.
Okay.
That's a big one. And the 2-story, 1-story,
like single family homes.
single family homes, and you really want to get those right, or else they don't compare. And then it'll be like, where'd you get this price from? Like, explain. Like, a lot of the sellers, hey, I want market value. I want the Zillow price.
Right. And then they're thinking of the market value, but sometimes they're pricing properties, they need to price them a little lower, because once you go to an agent, the agent might have the house listed at a different price, but the wholesaler might think it's more than what it is.
That's right. That's
why it's good for agents and wholesalers to work together.
Sure.
Because we can all come together and we can debate, what I'm saying, on one price. Like, you might think it's worth 20,000. I might think it's worth 10,000.
Right. Right. Everything is negotiable.
Everything is negotiable.
That's it. So that's definitely enlightening. And I can't think of right now, other than confidence, that's necessary with talking to an agent, because your time is valuable.
Right.
And another avenue, as far as these virtual wholesalers, when getting an agent can be so resourceful. Okay, when you're virtual wholesaling, okay, you need boots on the ground. It's considered okay, and those boots predominantly come from an agent, the listing agent of the property that you found on the MLS. And I'm pronouncing this now so that the beginners will understand in the future how essential that agents are at establishing, and why it is that we want to build relationships with agents. Agents are like, does all the work for you. Okay. Including the going to go see the property and tell you all the information about the property. And once, it's not trying to get the highest bidder
and you get over that hurdle, and then the agent understands that you understand through the way your wordage is and how you're, hey, what's the outer bounds of a property? Is it a single family home, or is it a multifamily? Or can you tell me when the last time the furnace was serviced? When you're asking the correct questions, then they take you seriously. There's a highlighted respect that you'll get, and that relationship that you'll gain with an agent here or there.
Right. And we will want wholesalers to work just with the agent, because guess what? That cuts out the listing agent. Meaning we get the whole 6%. We don't have to split the 3% and 3%. So we
That's
definitely want the wholesaler and the agent just to be us two working together. Because like I said, there won't be no confusions. We'll know everything what we're walking into. We'll know what buyers they get and most of the time it's said to only let the buyers see the house once they put down the hard-earned money. Because you don't want buyers, you don't want the buyers going in and out of the property or messing the property up. So then that's messing it up for the wholesalers.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, that's a good point. And our the hard money, so that's the earnest money we call it in wholesaling world.
Okay.
I've heard it referred to as earnest money more so. And that earnest money can range, the reasoning for putting the earnest money down is not required. That is a statute of, seeing the property. Exactly what Sydney said. So it's not something that's iron and stone. It's not something that's required. It's negotiable. You can bring an earnest money of $200 or $2,500 down to $500.
Right.
Negotiate.
500 is the lowest that I've been hearing about, seeing people putting down for, like you said, the earnest money, the 500. And like you said, you could go up to however much you want. 500 is the lowest, but you do want to start at.
Sure. And who does this earnest money go to?
So the earnest money goes to the broker. Like the agent gives it to the broker, so then they'll put it in the escrow. Because we can't spend that money. If we spend that money, then our license is getting cut. So that's so we can't even spend that money. We have to get our money to the broker. The agent we don't hold no type of money.
That's it. And that is the purpose and the reasoning for an agent, and why people go running toward getting an agent initially, more so than trying to risk selling the property on the market themselves, because the agent is there to police the transaction, to be sure that the seller is not getting shanghaied, lowballed, bullied.
Yes.
Okay. Because people are funny with money. Let's just be real. And then when you come to buying it, it's such a high acquiring asset, like a house, you want to sell it at an appropriate price that's fair. So this is the agent is the referee and the lawyer of the seller, will say, but to police the transaction. And the money is not, you can trust that the agent isn't going to spend the money. It can't. The license is going to be taken. And the money will go into escrow. So even if you have a property off market, just to let your buyer know how serious you are, collect the earnest money as a wholesaler, off market deals as well. And that earnest money should be going into escrow.
Yes.
At no point in time should it go in your pocket.
Nope, never pocket that money.
Never. And that's just the integrity of being a wholesaler. Thank you so much, Sydney. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
I definitely appreciate it. And I don't know if she has to run just now, but if questions come up soon, if she happens to be here, I'm sure she'll be happy to answer. And any other questions that I might have, that I can think of, that as a new wholesaler, I thought of a lot of questions and I hesitated and I didn't pick up the phone to call these agents. And it was so annoying, my not doing that. Okay. So I want to get to the rest of this slide, and I don't know if we'll have time to even get to the whiteboard, but I wanted to give some examples. Are you ready for property investment? So I want to get some. So what is being ready? Let's get through these slides first, and then if we have to, we'll come back. We only have 2 hours in this space, and if you are interested in reserving your own space at a location, then private message me, send me a message on YouTube. I will answer it individually. But I had to, because of the live stream, we have to sign. I had to sign a contract, and suggesting that this place of that we're in is not going to promote or endorse any of what I'm doing. So it's doesn't want to be mentioned. So yeah, but I will let you know, and how I did this completely free, and how you can do it too, building a community wherever you are. It's so necessary to meet people and be around people with the same mindset, that you can have conversations with, network with, possibly be the person that you can borrow from for the earnest money. $500 is a lot of money these days. So for that, you want to meet people that can safely and trust you to borrow it, knowing what you're doing. Friends and family that doesn't necessarily know or understand that, hey, I need to borrow $500, and it just sits in escrow for the time that it takes to sell the property. Okay, so that's another thing. What will it take to be ready? Okay, so now we're prepared with the agent to pick up the phone. You see a house on Zillow or Redfin or Realtor. You see a house, and you see that it has a listing agent, and like Sydney mentioned, hey, picking up that phone to make that call, that can be an incentive to a listing agent. You represent me as a buyer's agent, because that the property is listed. Some states require buyer's agents, some states require attorneys to be there, but in Pennsylvania, a listing agent can also be the buyer's agent, and we don't have to require a third party like an attorney to be present, okay, at the time of closing. So even title companies, what title companies are investor friendly, knowing that, well, I'll tell you mine, that is PV Settlements. I believe I'm saying that right. PV Settlements, yes. PV Settlements, and that is over in Greentree. Okay. So it's necessary to have a title company that is going to be friendly to investors, because a lot of title companies, they have their own, law. They have their own reason for being. They have their own discriminations that they can have against investors, and everybody is not investor friendly, including agents. A lot of agents don't understand what wholesaling is, and how they could be wholesalers, investors, and as well as be an agent as well. A lot of agents are not well rounded. If you would like Sydney's information, she is aspiring, so she will be an agent very soon. And maybe by the time that you're ready to go on the MLS to find a property that is reasonably priced where you could monetize, then why not? Let it be that. Reach out to somebody who's already in a group community that you're familiar with. You're familiar with me. This is through my pages on YouTube and on Facebook. So, and you're interested, and heck, if you're local or you want to buy in the Pittsburgh area and surrounding, Sydney can be your buyer's agent, and then, with her being your buyer's agent, she's can offer you properties that didn't hit the market yet, especially once she becomes an agent and she sees those early listings that not everybody sees. There are such a thing as listings like a pre MLS. Am I right, Sydney? There's listings that don't come on market right now, like today, maybe tomorrow. but you'll get hip to those listings. And those are what we call the back pocket listings of an agent. And the reason why it is that we want to even bother building relationships with agents or because of those hidden listings that do exist. So, you want to reach out. How can everybody reach you, Sydney, while we're here? Just a second.
So most likely, if you would like to reach out to me with any questions, concerns, you can follow me on Facebook at Sydney Kennedy, or you can also follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is I Hate Summy. That's my business entrepreneur Instagram. So I'm always on there answering questions as well. You can hit me up on there. You also could hit me up on have a on Gmail, Sydney49, CYDNEY 49 at gmail.com. I would definitely like to answer some more questions if anybody have any type of concerns. If you're just wanting to start out, just becoming an agent. Like, I mean, it is, some people think it's hard. Some people, they steer away, but you just got to put that time and you got to have that confidence. Like, even when you do fail, you got to get back up and keep it pushing. So you always can reach out to me. I'm always honored to answer anybody's questions, concerns, and just helping you out with just starting out of becoming to be an agent. Even if you don't want to be an agent, you might want to be a wholesaler. I could get you in touch with Miss Ashley Eskew because we're always collabing together. We're always doing things together. So that's another source if you would like to do that as well. You could collab with both of us. Come together. We can build a team. That's the next move. So yeah.
That's right, Sydney. Thank you so much for that. Because that is, especially I didn't know that CCAC offer agent courses to become an agent. So I'm learning while we're here in this community space that we're building. Also JVing on deals, the joint ventures that we can do. These joint ventures are like, what happens if you don't know the title company or you had never been through this before and you just want somebody to be there while you close on the closing date? If you're a wholesaler or if you're an agent or an agent that is having a hard, it's been 3 months you've been an agent and you don't have a listing yet. You didn't close on a listing of a property yet, or maybe even list a property yet. That happens. So how can you become a wholesaler here in Pennsylvania or Pittsburgh, I'll say, because Philadelphia has its own set of rules, and you'll find that and different metropolitans in the same state, and it's different rules. You need to have an agent, and a lot of there's differences from Pittsburgh, southwestern Pennsylvania to eastern Pennsylvania, Philadelphia. So just know that you definitely need to do your research. And by calling an agent, and you have one directly that I'm sure can help you out wherever you're located in Pennsylvania. She knows where her, grounds are, where as far as the state is concerned. Okay, so we're building, and this is the purpose of us being here, to build community, let each other know what's up, get in touch with each other. You can reach out to me on these platforms that we're broadcasting from, as well as on my business card. If you come to one of our sessions, just a discussion session, I like to refer to it as, I'll give you my business card as feedback at flippindigigen.com. And, I check that email, ritually, like it's religious. It's definitely necessary to keep up because I got to, react. It's very fast moving whenever a property, somebody calls my phone from a banner sign that I put out. Brings us to the next part of our slide. Okay, we did discuss this, quite a bit already. So I just want to, definitely get some more knowledge to you before we head out. So this is preparing to invest. Okay, know your financial stage. Do you got money? 25 grand? Know where to put it. into wholesaling or fix and flipping or, wholesaling or Airbnb. Like I said, we'll have a whole nother segment on Airbnb. We'll have a whole nother segment on taxes and, depreciations. Okay. So we'll have a whole, but you could put your money there. All I got is 2,000. What should I do with it, Ash? Yeah, you definitely need to maybe get in touch with an on list property because 1,000 can be your earnest money, that money down. And then at PV Settlements, the title company that I use that's investor friendly in Southwestern Pennsylvania, that title company requires a $500 deposit just to do the title search. The title search and the closing costs, it'll go toward that. However, that is something that you can charge your end buyer. I'm labeled as a acquisition specialist for a reason. I don't want to be dishonest to my agent when calling an agent up. I gotta come with respect, and I'll get respect in return. So as an acquisition specialist, instead of, hey, I'm an investor and I'm looking to purchase this property, with all the lies initially I was not comfortable with, and that's the way I was taught to, how it is I would proceed with speaking to an agent. I No, I didn't like it. Let's just be an acquisition specialist, okay, or an acquisition manager. I have a team. I, I like I acquire properties for my end buyer. So my purpose is to get this property under contract. Okay, can we lock this deal up? Agents use their own contracts. That is something that's definitely needs to be pronounced. We don't need our agreements or contractual agreements that we use from seller to buyer. We need to use the agents, but by law, they have to use their own contracts. We do want disclosures, the CMAs we discussed. We do want that in there. We also want to read the contracts that the agents give us when we're locking up a deal. That is something that we do need to discuss further, because in those contracts, a lot of agents are not wholesale friendly, and that's what we discuss as well. Something that we all need to be aware of. So, moving on though, on this slide, this is choose your investment, time, money, and stage. Which part of the investing world do you want to be in, and how much hands-on do you want? Full hands-on with a full demolition, or fix and flip. Do you want to build? Because I sell land too. I wholesale land as well as property. What do you look for in that? Your time. How much time do you have to invest into real estate initially? If you still have a 9 to 5 or a W-2 job, if you still have a W-2, then you definitely want to construct your avenue into venturing into real estate accordingly. You want to maybe start with wholesaling because it is a contract. You don't got to be there at the property. I take pictures. I'm a real estate photographer as well. I do my virtual tours for real estate agents, and but I don't have that fully constructed, so I didn't present it today. But that is another avenue of ways to get into real estate. On the stock market, or wholesaling, Airbnb again. Where's your money? Okay, with Airbnb, you would need to take up a lease with an existing property owner or a tired landlord. Okay, that's once some assistance. Maybe they're getting older and up in age, but they can't afford to let go of that rental yet. So maybe present an Airbnb opportunity to you. You could present to them. If it works out, but we'll discuss that further and more in depth later. Okay, in another session. Okay, identify your target market. Know your market wherever you decide to wholesale. I strongly recommend that you do know your market. Have been, even talking to agents in other towns, cities, states that they I guess they caught on that I am not from the area, or I let it be known, because it doesn't matter to me. I like I said, you come with respect, you expect respect back. However, people will monetize or attempt to monetize and take advantage of you because you're not from that area. you know um a lot of agents, to protect themselves, require for you to see their property on site, seen on site only. That's the only people that they will, like, send the disclosure to, or tell the seller about. Hey, I got a buyer, but this buyer, is out of town. Well, that's not okay, because it wastes a lot of time, you see, to close a property, to go through the financing and all the rigmarole that you have to go through in order to purchase a property takes about a month. So that is a month that this property was not being uh, given the opportunity to someone that does actually have the money to purchase the property that the agent took up for you, or somebody, somebody that, and then for that loan not to go through. That is, my neighbor right now is going through that, person after person. It's incredible. But what made me say, hey, it's looking up, was it's a fix and flip that he was doing. It's looking up because his buyer is an investor, and he said that, I am an investor and I'm looking to use this property for an investment opportunity. So maybe to rent it out. That person, that buyer, had money that they were able to take advantage of a good deal, purchase his house that he fixed and flipped, my neighbor, and then now using it as a rental. So, I mean, you just, where your money is, your time and what stage. Okay. Identify your target market, know your market, know the crime rate around the area, wherever you're looking, know where the schools are located, know what kind of other families are in that area. If it's a senior citizen community, know that. Okay. That's my way of doing it. Just, I was in analysis paralysis for a little while. So maybe that's the reason. But I analyze before I go into these markets, because people take advantage of you if you don't. Define your criteria, your workflow, my workflow. So I wanted to get into that briefly. A lot of my workflow includes documenting. I want to document where I am, who I called, what my KPIs, for the day, let alone the week. I'll share with you my KPI templates, and my schedule that I keep, because you're an entrepreneur. You got to create your own schedule. I'm an entrepreneur. You can still have a W-2 and do this. And you can make your own schedule according around your schedule that exists already. I'm also a single mom, so that plays a part as well. So you have to consider all of these things, your life, when creating your schedule, and how essential it is for you to have some time to yourself, a day off, a day away. You will burn out. Okay. That I can see it happening. I have burnt out in this short time that I've been wholesaling. I've needed to step away and take a break, which personified my weekends and the need for me to keep a weekend. Okay. So just know that it's healthy and it helps. Use what you have, and do what you can do to get where you want to be today. Okay. You don't have a car, can't drive for dollars. You can bike it. And there's such a thing as reverse driving for dollars. Okay. There's that too. And that is finding lists that bring them those driving for dollars to you. You can find a list of the shutoffs, the water shutoffs. That's always a good list. You can find a list of violations of code, like the grass being too high, or not shoveling their driveway if you live in if your market is a region where it snows, something like that. Those violations add up with the county. You can call the assessor's office and get those, the zoning lists. This is public information. Okay. Maybe the water bill is a little tricky because I'm working on getting a list of water shutoffs in my area. And it is a little tricky trying to get somebody to actually agree to that. I've actually seen where water companies will charge you for their list. And yes, it's legal. They're the company that's gathering that information. So all they're doing is putting it in a pretty little piece of paper or a CRM for you. Okay. And then they're charging you $1,000 for that list. I've seen that. And that does exist. And if you want the list and you need the list, because investing $1,000, you are going to make that 10 times over, so if you have the money to invest in just to get the list, that's names, that's addresses. Even if it's just addresses, you can pull up the names for those through my system. I like is PropStream. And it's recently gotten back to MLS. It's an outside source of it, but all these systems and programs are accessible to you for free through the county assessor's office or through another gateway with the county secretary of state. You can pull lists from, everywhere within the library. You can pull a list. Okay. All the marketing that's going on in your area, like Sydney had mentioned, the businesses that are opening up around your property and what the appraiser is now appraising it for. So that's another avenue and way to be and to consider getting these lists and doing something with it. It's so workable. My KPIs. So what I would like to show is my KPIs for the dispo. Now I got these from Chris Lewis, shared these, and what it shows is, your annual goals, your key metrics, your revenue, all that, where you want to be. I don't know if Facebook can see this, but I'll assume that you can. Okay, so, and I can share this with anybody that is wanting this to organize their life or maybe get started. That's what I needed it for. I needed it for organization. I didn't know what I would need, but I was taking everything that all the templates that people are handing out and giving away for free offline. They do exist, and I have more than a handful to share with you all, including this master KPI tracker. Okay, this is some interesting information just to get you organized is all it does. And without tracking, okay, you can't tell if you are spending more money than you're making in wholesale or any business. Without KPIs, you are not able to determine, where your growth is. You're not able to write a marketing plan for your business plan. Okay, if you want to be taken seriously, well, let's seriously talk about the design and structure of your business. And I'll leave that for another segment because that is lengthy. But I do assist people with that. Just structuring their business. You have an LLC, but do you have the operations agreements within your LLC? Outlined. Do you have a business plan? It's time to get real, because once you start making, this annual goal of 1.5 million, that is not so far. There is, I forget the number, but man, just this country alone, I think it's 7,000. I think just today I heard these statistics. I don't want to say the wrong numbers, but I do believe it's 7K a day in creation of millionaires. I don't think it's the country. I think it's the world. I hope it's the world because man, am I falling short? I want a place in space where I can be a millionaire, 7,000 a day, so it can happen for you. Just know that you are going to wish and hope and pray that you have your structure in order of your business. Okay. The reason for an LLC, why I strongly recommend that you get one established, if not before your first deal, but when your first deal happens, because a deal, realistically, a deal is about 7,500 to $10,000. We'll say roughly that's the average amount for a deal in this area. And you that it, like I said, you can be a millionaire in no time. However, you're going to have to pay taxes on that. You're going to have to your name is, or your business's name is in escrow, it's in a title company. They have to definitely yeah, get in there. Okay. Well, is that working out? Okay. Yeah, so because I really wanted to show this screen, these KPIs, and how essential it is. And even if you don't think you can use it now, use it in the near future. Okay. You get it now and then have it for when you do need it in the future. Okay. Just to track all of your progress. Okay. Next, there's that one, but there's so many. That's not the only one, but that we'll do a segment on that alone if necessary. Okay, going back to my sheets just to get through with these. Here's how you can reach me. Okay, this is the my Facebook. That's my Instagram. That's Twitter. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on Yelp. You can find me on Google My Business pages. I'm indexed in Google. I have to, well, I'm a digital marketing, a digital marketer, I have a digital marketing agency. So I know better about my citations across the web. And you want to get more fluent in that too, as we know it, of where to invest in 2022 is certainly you want to get more marketing established. And more marketing simply means just getting your name out in the internet more profoundly. And that means creating citations, and citations are everywhere. You put your name of your business, your address of your business, and your phone number of your business. Okay. These are citations you want to create across the web. All right. So that's really important. I want everybody to just understand that. And do it. Okay. Wherever you are, just get it done. I'm on TikTok too, so but get those citations out there because the marketing right now in 2022 in July, it is so necessary for the upcoming market that is to come. Predictions have shown or have been seen through the experts, and I'm no expert. I'm just telling you the people that I follow, and what's in the know, okay, of real estate. It's going to change into a buyer's market completely. It is a recession considered. Looking at the numbers, the stock market, where we are in real estate too. It's turning into what is a buyer's market, but it'll be full-fledged come January. In the next, what was it? Was it 6 to 12? No, I'm sorry. It was like 5 to 9 months. Okay. It'll be full-fledged, head-on buyer's market. You want to do your marketing now so that people can reach out to you. Sellers are going to be reaching for you. Wholesalers going to be reaching for you. Any agents that want to become more familiar with investing, become familiar with investing right now. Right now is the time to, stock your, just save your money up. Stop, don't buy any luxury items. Stop eating out. Save your money, honey, because the prices are going to go so low come January of 2023. Okay, just from the predictions that I'm picking up on in my avenues of real estate investing. Okay, so my interest, I have to stay keen on these. All right, and I'm just letting you in on it. So there we are. Okay, the purpose of this motivation. Let's get started. No reason for anything otherwise. If you want to build something, you want to have your motivation is your why. I have my daughter. She wants to go to Disney World for her birthday, so I want to make that happen. So whatever I got to do, to keep pushing forward, because it can be very discouraging when you're not getting your buyers picking up. Buyers are starting to pick up now because it's turning into a buyer's market. They're starting to build their portfolios. You can reach out to buyers now, please do. You want to get, it can be very discouraging. So you want to get motivated with a community that's going to motivate. To build community. That's how we help. We put on these discussions wherever we're located. Locally, I'll put flyers out in the area so people know to come. I bring refreshments, just so everybody can be comfortable. Come on out, shake hands. Monkeypox, there is 3 confirmed cases according to Allegheny County. I don't know how much more there is. However, this is the reason why I'm streaming live, because I want that to be put out there. I want it to be known, okay, that, we're here. We're here tangibly and we're here virtually. So please, utilize your resources. Then accountability. Okay. You don't need accountability partners if we are all making each other accountable. Once community is built, we now have a way of joint venturing with someone else. We have a way of collecting our earnest money to give our agents, so that we can secure properties and create contracts and close deals. Okay. We are also looking as far as accountability. Look, we have wells that are in Pittsburgh. It's a very prominent place in a hot market to be in, here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So wells may come in the room, know that they are peeping their head in to investing platforms. Okay, that's who we are. That's where we are, so I'm creating this space for not only myself. What I get out of this deal is the opportunity to joint venture with you. I get out the opportunity to meet more agents, to collab, give my agents an opportunity to meet more wholesalers and investors and potential buyers for their listings. It gives everybody benefits whenever we prioritize our community. Okay, and that's just necessary, and this is something I'm putting my whole heart into. So this is definitely gonna be a lot to come out of it, because you take it seriously and you just do what you can do, everything you can do to get things rolling. No excuses. So here's my phone number. Here's to contact me. That's the phone number on my banner signs, my email address. If you're looking to get in touch with me, you have any properties that you would like for me to help you close, or to find a buyer for you, or to that you want to refer to me. There's so many ways to get into real estate. I created this avenue of referring, a referral system, referring me to properties that of tired landlords, people that that can't afford their mortgage anymore. I help with those creative deals as well, structuring them, dispoing them. That means moving them onto an end buyer, and finding them. That's what I'm asking your help in, and then you get a cut. What's half a zero? That's what the flip man says, and that is my biggest mentor. That's the person that got me into wholesaling. That's the reason. He's the reason why I start taking it seriously. Okay, you don't get anything if you're trying to, get everything. Pigs get fed, hogs get slaughtered. He also says that too. You have to, if you know of a house, instead of trying to do everything yourself, run through a deal with somebody beside you that's been through deals before. Ask questions. Pick up the phone with the agent that you already know is in your community, and ask that agent, Sydney, hey, so what should I be asking this agent for? She gave all of her information of how you can reach her. We're putting ourselves out here for an opportunity to come to us and to be of an opportunity to you so that everybody can get fed. That's our prime reason. The headquarters for me is everywhere. I'm all over the country. I'm venturing into other markets right now. Is Jacksonville, Florida, and here, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania for now. However, I'm just learning this area as thoroughly as I need to. I feel like I need to. Not everybody has to do that. However, I need to know the crime rate before I go into Chicago. There. Okay. And thank you. I just want to, let you guys know that I really appreciate your time, everybody. And I know it's a lot of talking and a lot of lip service. However, it's all for your betterment, it's for your improvement. It's for the growth of your company, your and hopefully investing company. Okay. So I'm not going to go into much further. I brought so much more. However, I want to close this down and look over any questions that might be in the comments. Um, yeah, and just, leave with that. If we got anything, do we have anything?
There was only one question, but I answered it.
Okay.
The question was, how do we purchase condemned, like, how do we go about purchasing condemned properties? And I told them, in order to purchase a condemned property, you have to visit the condemnation department to ask several questions. Basically, you're asking what violation does the property have, or the lien attached to the property, and also just see if they will agree to a settlement to sell you the property. But then you'll also need to have a sales contract, proof of funds, and you also have to write a personal letter.
Okay. Yeah. So, well, because I hate to say it depends.
No, it does. It does depend.
It
Sorry.
greatly depends.
It does depend.
Yes, and that's the way Sydney answered that is very thorough, very, very agent. She has to cross her T's and dot her I's for her license. Okay, definitely from an agent perspective, but that's awesome because you know what's expected for everything. Now I'm gonna give you the shortcut. Okay, so you want to get a system like PropStream. If you don't have PropStream, it's $100 a month. You get 7 days trial for free. But if you don't have, you want to look up that address on PropStream. That will give you the name of the person that owned the property last, or whoever that the county assessor is sending taxes to. That's the person. You're going to get the owner of the deed. Okay, you're going to get how much equity is in this condemned property. You want to know that. Then you can get any value of the neighborhood, so all the comps around the area of that condemned property before you go into writing letters and putting all this time and energy into a condemned property. Because if it's condemned, that can mean that a lot of other condemned neighbors are around, and you don't want a property that's condemned that has a lot of other condemned properties around. You definitely don't. There's no value in it. No buyer, no end buyer is going to get it off of your hands. Is it a Class D neighborhood? Is it a Class A neighborhood? Class A is private schools and $750,000 houses and up. Okay. Manicured lawns, and but there is wholesaling that goes on in those areas too. Class B is working community, more so, so to speak. Very low crime rate. um you know Class A has mansions. Class B, just big houses, maybe 3-story, 7-bedroom houses in it. That's not classified as mini mansions, then you get to class C, blue collar neighborhoods, more so. So you want to get in that class B, C area. I like C because there's a lot of equity in those homes. And I'll take a few condemned properties on the street and work my tail off to get an end buyer. Okay, that's just me. I want to work to learn, so I want to work harder. But class B is ideal. The class B neighborhoods is ideal, So there's a lot of questions. So that's why I say it depends, right? So it what this condemned, where the condemned property is located. If you have to do it for free and you don't have a system like prop, not pop. A lot of people spell it PROPSTREAM.com. Okay. But PropStream, if you don't have a system like that, I call the county assessor and I tell them that I am an acquisition specialist and I am looking to have acquired this property. It's under contract with me, myself, and I'm looking to get an idea of how much back taxes or any liens that are on the property that might be owed before I conduct a title search. Because my title company, the investor friendly title company that I gave you guys, it is they want $500 to start the title search just until they get to know you and know that you're going to close on deals. They don't want to do all this work of title searching and using their resources just for the buyers never to show up or for you to abandon the property in escrow. That people do that. So they require the $500 deposit down just until they get to know you. But that is work, doing a title search on a property. Okay, it takes manpower. Respect that. They're not just your advocates that can just run around and do title searches on every property. Call the county assessors. That's their job. Okay. And then they're going to, tell you how much taxes. Hey, I'm looking to I'm looking to pay the taxes on behalf of the property owner. So yes, they will tell you. You got to word it. It's your wordage. If you word it the right way, you're not that person. You don't have to go acting like Miss Samantha, and call and, like you're this person you're not. No, you don't got to lie. You just tell people what's up. Hey, I'm an investor. I acquired this property. I would like to, I would like to pay the taxes on this property owner's behalf. How much is owed? Give me a number. That's just no, nothing. That's just yeah, I'm just answering the question. So you will get answers if you structure the question appropriately. Okay. Are there liens attached to the title? Is that the one you answered? Yeah. Okay, yeah. All right. So yeah, that's it. That's all the questions that we do have today, and I am winded. This is my first broadcast. However, I'm coming to you live. This is Flippy DigiGen, where we wholesale, we flip and buy and hold. We're looking for more people to come in and get acquainted. Really, it's nothing to be afraid of. We really just want you to get familiarized. There's nothing to be afraid of. You mind hitting those lights, Sydney? Thanks a lot. Yeah, there's nothing to be afraid of here. We really gotta learn how to utilize our resources, learn how to just communicate with each other. I mean, this is my first gathering here. Oh yeah, well, you could do it like that too. That's fine. Everybody can see what's up. This is the my sign. I wanted to show you guys my sign, but oh, here it is. Sign here. Thanks. All right. This is the sign that you'll see all around Pittsburgh. That's my banner sign. But I definitely didn't start here. I definitely started um in another place and space. This is just my custom made signs. All right. Then there's that. And then hang on. What's that? Oh yeah.
The light is not really showing it.
Oh yeah. Well, we can cut this projector off and use the headlight. Oh, it says in the front. I'm pushing that button, but it's not turning off. Yeah, we can just light it up.
There we go.
Sorry.
It's a little better now.
Yeah. It's not. Okay, thank you. All right. Excuse me. And then these are my first signs. This is my first sign ever. So I graduated from that to that. As you can see, it gets sun damaged, so this is a permanent marker I used. I sprayed it with, I don't know, it's like a clear coat. Sorry, y'all probably can't hear nothing I'm saying. I sprayed it with like a clear coat of, I forget what it's called, but it's definitely it's a lacquer, it's called. That's it. With some lacquer. It worked out. But that's my first banner sign, and I kept it in the car. I was like, I'm not gonna get rid of this one, not this guy. And then I graduated to my custom made signs, which is very expensive, by the way, for people to go ripping down the city. You want to put your banner signs up on the weekends, okay? Like Friday evening, maybe late afternoon. That's a good time. So at least your banner signs can be seen through the weekend. You want to put your banner signs, like I learned through the Flip Man, put your banner signs up on a stick. Can everybody see that? I just purchased these from Lowe's. Had it to do at the time, but I got a mallet and I hammered it into the ground where they don't get removed so readily. If you put them on poles, they'll tear them right down. And these are for $150, $400. Okay. And these are like 18 by 22 or 24 inches. Okay. These signs, $150, $400. So this is not something you want to see in the garbage. Okay. So, so invest in some sticks and you can pull those from places, and I just staple gunned it on. So that works. And then what else? The banner signs and like for gatherings like this, wherever you are, definitely, print out some posters for your community to put on poles. The city lets those stay on the poles longer than they'll let your banner signs stay on the poles. However, go ahead and print you out some color sheets from your local library because that's where I got my posters from. You really want to utilize your library. They are research centers. Librarians are researchers, by trade, and they have all the information that you could ever want. The places to go see where you want to put your banner signs up at. Places, you can dissect marketing and the knowledge that you'll get from, having a conversation with a librarian. Okay. I want to show you guys too what I use to keep safe before we head out. And I didn't put the letters on the back. I want to put the letters on the back because this is what I was going to wear today. So here's my I couldn't get Flippin DigiGen on the back of here Oh, I don't know. Okay, I'm going to wrap it up. Okay, that's enough. Okay, we'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much, Sydney Kennedy, for coming through. Thank you, everybody that joined us virtually. Appreciate your time. And we're going to head out so we can wrap it up. Okay, look forward to talking to you guys soon. Bye bye now. Bye bye now. Bye bye. Huh? Why is it not ending in broadcast?